Podcast, Personal Finance Edition. This is Olivia, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Rashmi.
Today, we're going to discuss annuities, another investment type. These are another method of investing for retirement.
Annuities are insurance contracts issued and distributed with the intent of paying invested funds with a fixed income stream in the future. They can make up for lost income after retiring.
Yeah, and having that sort of income to rely on is key to retiring safely without having to worry about returning to work. But, like all forms of retirement savings, there are multiple stages starting from long before the payments themselves are made out.
The first phase of an annuity is called the Accumulation Phase. This is the period of time when an annuity is funded. There are no payouts at this time to the annuitant, but only investments into the account.
A key aspect of annuities is that this money is tax deferred, meaning that you don't pay taxes until your funds are withdrawn later on in the future.
This means investments into your annuity are simply deducted without tax now, which can in some cases help you retain more of your income depending on taxes at the time of withdrawal, and if that deferred income will change your tax bracket.
Whether or not someone likes pre-tax or post-tax deductions will really depend upon the individual, but there are great benefits to both.
After accumulating the funds within an annuity, there is the annuitization phase, which commences payments. There are various ways in which this can happen.
So some people purchase immediate annuities, which begin paying immediately after the deposit of a lump sum of money. But it's also possible to have deferred annuities, which can grow tax-deferred and provide annuitants with guaranteed income starting on a certain date.
That date is important. Many annuities, as well as other forms of retirement funding, have a period of time during which money cannot be withdrawn without penalties. This is called the surrender period for annuities.
The surrender period is when money cannot be withdrawn at all without a surrender charge, a fee for early withdrawal. It's kind of like certificate of deposits where you put in your money for a certain time and you can't take it out or you'll get a fine for it. And this period can last many years, and it's important to consider this when putting together an annuity account.
But it's also possible to withdraw some of your account without the fee. Many companies let you take out up to 10% of your account value without paying a fee, but more than that incurs a fee.
And in some cases, a major economic event might require you to withdraw money early. And another way to avoid the high cost of early withdrawal is to sell your annuity instead. Essentially, you can sell it as an asset, receiving a lump sum payment and giving up rights to future payments to the buyer.
This is the risk of a long-term investment. Who knows what will happen in the future? How do you decide when to start withdrawal from your annuity? When can you know that you have to withdraw money early?
These are all really valid questions, and the hard part about most retirement investments. The answer will always depend on your individual scenario, and I'd like to note that your best course of action would likely be to talk to a certified financial advisor. They're the person most likely to know the best way for you to continue your personal finance journey.
Right. Remember that we're here just to give some advice and insight on different aspects of personal finance, not to be your advisor.
Exactly. So let's see what type of annuities you can consider and where you might be able to invest in them. Generally speaking, annuities can be structured as fixed or variable.
Fixed annuities provide regular, periodic payments to the annuitants, whereas variable annuities can vary. The owner can receive larger payments at a certain point if the annuity fund is doing well, and smaller ones if the investments do poorly.
Now, this makes the cash flow less stable, but allows the annuitant to benefit from strong returns if their investments pay off well.
It's important to mention also that annuities carry a certain amount of market risk and the potential to actually lose your principal investment. But of course, for an extra cost, there can be certain additions called riders and features added to the contract in order to avoid that.
This can make annuities a hybrid version of fixed and variable, providing a few more protections than completely variable annuities, but also maintaining aspects of fixed annuities to provide steadier cash flow.
Another rider can also be added for a death benefit, agreeing to accelerate payments if death becomes more imminent for the annuitant, such as being diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Or you can choose to add a cost of living rider to adjust the annual base cash flows for inflation based on changes in the current economy. Another add-on many choose to buy is a death benefit, which names a beneficiary who can continue receiving payments if you pass away.
This is what I like most about annuities, how you can adjust the contract to make them work the best for you. My biggest fear would be to invest so much money into a retirement account only to become ill and not be able to spend it all and enjoy my retirement. But annuities can be adjusted to account for that, which is amazing.
I totally agree. But I do have one criticism on annuities. They're super illiquid, which is the case for many retirement funds. The money you deposit is locked up for a while, essentially in a time capsule, and there's a cost to taking it out early if necessary.
Yeah, like always, there are pros and cons to this type of investment. Annuities seem best for individuals looking for stable, guaranteed income and looking to have tax deferred investments. But they do require being okay with extensive asset protection, even from yourself.
Since there are so many different types of annuities, it's nice to see what annuity companies seem best to invest in. Let's take a look at some of the best annuity companies as predicted for 2024 by Forbes.
The Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company has been in business since 1852 as one of the largest and oldest insurance companies in the country with an incredibly secure financial foundation. It's a place you can definitely trust your money to be stored in with incredibly high customer satisfaction as well.
Another trustworthy place is the New York Life Insurance Company, which has been thriving for almost 180 years with a healthy capital ratio and a specialization in annuities and life insurance.
Another fantastic place to consider is the TIAA-CREF Life Insurance Company, which is also specializing in supporting retirement plans, particularly for employees in nonprofit fields, including education, healthcare, and government. It offers a solid variety of annuities and credits, and was actually the place that invented the world's first variable annuity in 1952 to help its customers keep pace with heightening inflation.
Investments in annuities are at an all-time high, with many people starting to see their value as an investment option for retirement savings. Sales surged 23% last year, up to a record on $312.8 billion, according to Limra Secure Retirement Institute.
It's clear why, and hopefully you're seeing the value of annuities as well. That's all for today's episode of Community Corner Podcast, Personal Finance Edition. Thanks for tuning in. This is Olivia and Rashmi,
Cash and Wealth.